Assalamu alaikum. How are you, dear students? Welcome to my today's class. I am Parveen Akhtar, lecturer English, Rampur Ideal Alim Madrasa. Today I am going to take a class for class 10 from English second paper. My dear students, look at the picture. What do you see in the picture? A crow sitting in the branch of a tree, and here is a fox. It is a story. Can you remember the story? Here you see a piece of meat in the mouth of the crow. In order to get the piece of meat, the fox tried to flutter the crow. So how he fluttered the crow? In this way. The fox told the crow, "You are the most beautiful bird in the world, aren't you?" Then his second sentence, "You have nice feathers, haven't you? You have a sweet voice, haven't you? But you can't sing, can you?" That means when he praised the crow in several ways, the crow became very fluttered. But finally, when he asked him, "You can't sing," he became angry and tried to sing. When the crow tried to sing, the piece of the meat fell from his mouth, and the fox took the meat away and left the place. So, my dear picture, here is another picture. This is a large question mark, isn't it? So, can you guess what is our topic today's?
Am I microphone?
Okay. Before guessing, please read the sentences carefully. I am a teacher, aren't I? You are good students, aren't you? Let's go to study, shall we? Every mother loves a child, don't they? He is not reading at this moment, is he? Can you guess what is this? What is the sentence about? Can you guess? Yes, my dear students, my today's lesson is about tag questions. So at first you have to know what is tag questions. We use tag questions at the end of the statement to ask for confirmation. That means to get confirmation we use tag question. They mean something like, "Am I right?" or "Do you agree?" So in order to get confirmation you have to use tag question. Today I am going to discuss with you tag questions. Let's listen to the attentively the class, observe the class. Okay, what we will learn from this class? We will learn what the tag question is, about auxiliary verbs, about the rules of tag question, about the usage of tag question. Okay, my dear students, what are the tag question? So, question tag. So, question tag is formed by the auxiliary verbs that matches the tenses of the statement and the pronoun that matches the subject of the statement. But how? Please, let's say. Here is a sentence. That dog is yours. So, here is, isn't it? That dog isn't yours, is it? So, what do you look here? Can you guess? What is this? This is auxiliary verb and this is pronoun. From where we can get the pronoun? Here the subject of this sentence is the dog. So instead of dog we have to use it as pronoun, and this is auxiliary verb. You see here, this is affirmative tag, affirmative statement. So if the statement is affirmative, the tag will be negative. But if the statement is negative, the tag will be affirmative. Clear, my student? It is affirmative student, so tag is negative. It is negative statement, tag is affirmative. And the dog, noun, so this is the pronoun of it, dog. So I think you are clear. Subject, pronoun, subject. Okay, here are some examples. You work in a bank, don't you? Purple like the fair, don't she? So, in this sentence, you is, isn't it, is he, but here we have to use don't you? Didn't she? Why? When the sentence is affirmative, the question tag is negative. And when the I have already mentioned it, when the sentence is negative, the question tag is affirmative. I have already mentioned it. So, why here is don't? You look at this sentence. You work in a bank. So, here this work is a verb. What type of verb? It is proverb. So, in this case, we have to use extra verb do, does or did. Here the subject is you. For this use you have to use do. But here Purva is third person singular number. So here is she. But the verb is like in the past form. For this reason we have to use didn't. So Purva liked the film, didn't she? You work in a bank, don't you? So here is affirmative statement, negative tag. Here is affirmative statement, negative tag. So here is negative statement, affirmative tag, negative statement, affirmative tag. So a positive statement, a negative tag question. How? You are a student, aren't you? So here a subject pronoun comes after an auxiliary or a form of the verb to be. So you are a student, aren't you? You look also, I have already mentioned several times, affirmative tag, affirmative statement, negative tag. So here is Mary isn't a teacher, is she? That means here is statement is negative. So tag will be affirmative. So clear, my student? I think you are clear. So next, say, why do you use question tag? To make a person agree with you. Suppose Johnny Depp is amazing, isn't she? So here also look, the statement is affirmative. So of course tag will be negative and auxiliary verb is, so tag will be isn't he. He means Johnny here. Subject Johnny. So the pronoun of Johnny, any name in the case of male name, you have to use pronoun he. So clear? Yes, he is. To confirm information. You went to the movies, didn't you? Why did here? Please look, the verb went, past form. Past form of go. For this reason, we have to use did. Again, the statement is affirmative, so tag will be negative. So, you went to the movies, didn't you? But if it is negative, the answer will also be negative. No, I didn't. Here is the tag question. Is Johnny Depp is amazing, isn't he? Yes, he is. That means if the statement is affirmative, the answer will be affirmative. But if the statement is negative, the answer will be negative. Clear, my student? So, a tag question is the question asked by the speaker to confirm the negative or affirmative statement during conversation. Through a tag question, the speaker wants to have an answer in support to the statement. So, I think what was our first learning goal? What is tag question? So, you are clear, I think. What is tag question? I again read. A tag question is the question asked by the speaker to confirm the negative or affirmative statement during conversation. Through a tag question, the speaker wants to have an answer in support of the statement. Clear, student? Yes, in order to get the support of his statement. If the statement is affirmative, the tag will be negative. I have already mentioned it several times, so not needed here. Example. They came here, didn't they? Here came verb 2 of come, so did. They didn't work, did they? So statement affirmative, tag negative, statement negative, tag affirmative. Clear? So if the statement is affirmative, the rule will be auxiliary verb plus not plus subject. Statement negative, rule will be auxiliary verb plus subject plus question mark. Clear, my student? In the tag question, the auxiliary verb is very essential. So I will discuss about auxiliary verb. So do you know how many kinds of auxiliary verb? What are they? Okay, at first you have to know how many kinds of auxiliary verb. Mainly there are two kinds of auxiliary verb. What are they? They are primary auxiliary verbs and modal auxiliary verb. So primary auxiliary verbs are three kinds. First one, be verb, am, is, are, have verb, have, has, had, do verb, do, does, did. Be verb also will be was, were. The primary auxiliary verbs change according to subject. I am a boy. And modal auxiliary verbs are may, might, can, could, shall, should, will, would, must, ought to, need, have to, has to, had to, am to, is to, are to, dare, etc. The modal auxiliary verbs will not change according to the subject. I can do the work. In the tag question, auxiliary verb always is contraction mode. So I will show a chart about it. Can you guess what is contraction mode? This is the contraction mode. Am not, aren't, isn't. So you will learn this. Please have to remember this mode before learning tag question. In the tag question you have to always use the contraction form of the verbs. These are the full forms and these are the contraction form. These are the full forms and these are the contraction form. So in the chart we have learned that auxiliary verb will be always a small letter. Clear? Next, in the tag question, in the question tag, the subject will always be pronoun. If the sentence has primary or modal verbs, the rule will be auxiliary verb plus subject plus question mark. Suppose, I shall learn it. I shall learn it. Shan't I? Rohim is a good student, isn't he? If this sentence has no auxiliary verb, we will use do, does, and did. I have already told you about this. Suppose I eat rice. Here, eat verb present form, so do. He didn't go to school yesterday, did he? Negative statement, affirmative tag. Did he? Some words such as never, rarely, scarcely, seldom, few, little express negative meaning. If these words contained in a sentence, tag question will be positive. That means these words are negative. So, if any of the word used in a sentence, this statement will be negative. For this reason, the tag part of course will be positive. I have a few friends, so have I. If although there is no not or no in this sentence, but this sentence is negative because here few means negative. So I have a few friends, have I? If the words such as nothing, anything, something, everything contained in a sentence, subject will be it. That means anything will be subject it. Nothing was done, was it? Here also look at the tag part is affirmative. Why? Because here nothing was done. That means statement is negative. So tag will be affirmative. But in the next sentence, everything is our favor, isn't it? Here the tag is affirmative. So here the statement is affirmative. So tag is negative. So it was thing. That means in the case of thing, the subject will be it. The pronoun will be it. But if the body, in the case of body, everybody, anybody, somebody, everyone, someone, nobody, none, in this case you have to use subject they. Look at the example. Everybody hates a liar, don't they? So hates, although here third person singular number is, but if you have to use they in the case of everybody, for this reasons you have to use do. And the statement is affirmative, so tag is negative. But next one, nobody went there. So statement is negative, so tag will be affirmative. Why did? Because went, the past form of go. For this reason, use here did. If the statement is imperative question, tag will be will you. Okay, let's see the example. Open the door. What will be tag? Will you? Let's play cricket. Shall we? Etc. In the case of imperative sentence. Except we, all the plural subject will be they in the tag question. Birds can fly. Can't they? Birds can fly. So here birds plural. So subject will be, pronoun will be they. In the next, fishes can fly. Can't they? So I think you are clear about tag question. So evaluation. Let's do the work. Let's do the work. So let's means shall we? I found a little water in the jug. Found verb 2. So of course you have to did. I found a little. A little here is negative word. For this reason tag will be affirmative. So did I? Rohim could play football. So here what is the auxiliary verb? Here auxiliary verb modal verb could. So could will be first. Could. And the statement is affirmative. So tag will be negative. Couldn't. Instead of Rohim, the pronoun will be he. Couldn't he? He killed a snake. So what is the verb killed? Verb 2. So of course did. Did. Statement is affirmative. So tag will be negative. Didn't he? He. Let him do the work. So let him. Let him means imperative sentence. So will you? So make the above question tag. Another evaluation. Pio and Lily are working. So how many subject here? Here are 2 persons. So for this reason subject will be they and auxiliary verb is are. Statement affirmative, tag negative, aren't they? Then Anwar had visited Borishal before. So auxiliary verb had. So had visited and the subject is Anwar he. So didn't he? Affirmative statement, negative tag. Then elephants can't fly. Elephants plural. So can they? Negative, affirmative. We shouldn't do this. Should negative, affirmative. Should we? Next, school start at 8:25. So school starts. So does. Doesn't eat for school. Samia will be in class. What is the verb? Will. So what will be? You know the contraction form of will not, won't. Won't. Samia she. You have got 3 cats. So here had. Have you? Be careful. Will you? Let's write it again. Let's mean shall we? So this is your homework, my dear students. You will confirm the homework and send me in the inbox. Class is over. Thank you. Thanks for watching the class and listening. If you have any problem, if you face any problem, please give me your comments in comment box. Thanks to all.